What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kendall Rodriguez. We're coming to you live and direct, and I want to talk to you about the 5 things I love the most about the Sony a7 Mark III. Here we go. What's going on? All right, so, it's hot in here. Woo! Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the Sony a7 Mark III, about the 5 things I love the most about it. It is a 4K camera. It can shoot at 120 frames per second in 1080p, and also it shoots at 24 megapixels per second, 10 frames per second for photos, and did I mention it was 4K? I sure did. 4K, so that means high resolution for your movies and your videos that you're gonna do for vlogging. And it's awesome. It's an awesome camera. And that's the first thing that I love the most about the a7 Mark III. All right, so here's another thing that I love the most about the Sony a7 Mark III. So right now, as you can see, I am being autofocused. If that's even a thing, it is. The autofocus is similar to that of the Canon EOS line, dual pixel autofocus that's, you know, found on like cinema cameras, and it works great. I mean, it's keeping me in focus right now, as you can see, and it's awesome, and it's super great for vlogging, great for video, especially for those times when, you know, if I really don't want to rack focus manually, it's really difficult situations, I don't have to if I don't want to, and it's amazing, and I love it. So yeah, the next thing I want to talk to you about is the Embody Stabilization. That's the third thing that I love the most about the Sony a7 III. So what that means is that if I have a lens that is not necessarily for Sony, like say for instance, I'm shooting with a Canon lens with a Metabones adapter, and it's a prime lens like a 35-1.4 or 135 f2 like I have, and I'm shooting in low light conditions, and you know, I'm dealing with a really low shutter speed, really low light. I don't want to bump the ISO up too much, but I want a really steady shot. All I gotta do is just flip that switch and put the Embody Stabilization on there. All right, so the other thing that I want to talk about is probably the fourth thing, is the weight. Now, this is a small camera compared to where I came from. You know, I came from the DSLRs, shooting Nikons and Canons and, you know, the cinema lines, the C300s and all that kind of stuff. And this camera weighs under 2 pounds. That's great, that's amazing, and I think that's awesome because I'm not having any trouble holding this up on the GorillaPod. It is amazing, it's keeping, you know, I'm not getting tired, and long gone are the days of me getting tired of, you know, shooting and holding these heavy cameras and heavy bodies and heavy lenses. Even the lenses are actually pretty small. So I'll probably do another video on the lenses also when I get a couple of Sony lenses, and I'll show them to you and how much of a game changer it is for me. So the weight, size, weight distribution, and all that good stuff are key factors in making my decision in purchasing this camera. Okay, yeah, so the other great thing about the Sony a7 III is that the buttons are customizable. I mean, you can customize every single button on there to your liking. So, you know, the menu system is huge, it's gigantic, so it's a lot to go through. But what you can do is you can go and customize the buttons, and you can customize your where you want your AF points, your metering, your AF modes, your ISO. You can customize every single option in there. Now, no camera is completely perfect. Now, this camera checks off a lot of the boxes and meets a lot of my requirements for usability, functionality, and reliability. But there are 1 or 2 things that I think that could use improvement. Let's talk about the first thing. First of all, the tilt screen. The tilt screen is great. It has a touch screen, but it doesn't flip out. So I would love to see a flip out screen in the next version of the Sony Alpha A7. When you're vlogging, it would be great to check your framing, and also, you know, to check to see if you're in focus and everything's working right, see if you're recording. So that would be really helpful. It's a great camera. Once again, it shoots 4K, 10 frames a second. It's small, it's lightweight. It can shoot 120 frames per second in slow-mo. There's Embody Stabilization. There are a lot of great things. The only other thing that is missing is a flip out screen, but otherwise I think this is an awesome camera for my needs, for what I need to do to complete my jobs for my clients. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, one of the first reviews that I've ever done on a camera or a product. And let me know what you think. Put your comments in below, and I would love to hear from you guys. This is Kendall Rodriguez signing out.